Welcome to NaviWork, your guide to settling into a new organization. Fresh out of school or transitioning from one organization to the next. I know it can be challenging to navigate the work environment because I've been there, done that, and worn the t-shirt. I am the amazing Ameze and I'm here to help. I can't wait to see you every Monday at 7 a.m. Hello, welcome to NaviWork with Amazing Ameze, your guide to navigating the workplace. So today I'm going to be talking about something interesting, psychocontracting. And I'm going to read an excerpt from the book as usual, and then we'll talk about it as quickly as I can as you drive to work and so you can listen and enjoy. What is a psychological contract? A psychological contract is an agreement that describes the perception of the relationship between employers and employees, influencing how people behave from one day to the next. At its core, the psychological contract is built on the everyday actions and statements made by one party and how they are perceived and interpreted by the other. Unlike the legal contract of employment signed by employers and workers, it's not tangible. And so, for instance, a psychological contract can be adjusting to the work schedule of your boss. That's not written. Your contract of employment just says you work 9 to 5, 8 to 4, things like that. This is when you should come into work. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. These are the documents that are attached to your contract. This is how much you'll be paid. This is your job description. That's what the written contract says. But the psychological contract, which if you ask me, I always believe that the softer things are really the harder things. I don't know why they're called soft issues, but they're really the things that impact the day-to-day work environment. So that's what a psychological contract is. It's those things that are not specifically written, but they're things you have to adjust to because they determine, to a large extent, how you progress in that organization. So for instance, a friend of mine once told me she had a boss that didn't come in the morning and preferred to come in the afternoon, and people would just work with him. Excellent boss, very detailed in his review of the work that he was giving you, but he wasn't going to come in within the regular hours. That's a psychological contract because your formal contract of employment specifically states when you come in and when you go out. But when you have a boss that works in a certain way, necessity lays it upon you to sort of adjust to that. Same thing, sometimes a boss is dealing with an employee that has mobility issues, or some health challenge. The psychological contract of that is that boss also, especially if he's a great boss, an empathetic boss, has to adjust to how that person can work. So it could be you or it could be someone that you're working with, but the psychological contract and things that you encounter on a day-to-day, they're not the things that are spelled out. And there are many ways to navigate psychological contracts so that you're not misinterpreting the messages that you are getting. Is to have a conversation. Oh boss, I realize that you come in at this time. Is it possible for me to, give you your feedback so that when you come in, you see the feedback? Or is it imperative for you that I'm here when you're reviewing my work? That's one way to go about it. Psychological contract deals with many things. It deals with job security, the way your perception of your advancement or your possibility to advance, learning and development, how your boss views training or the organization views training, and whether you are latching on or catching on to those views. The perception of the importance of what you contribute to the work that is being done, whether your manager is supportive, whether you are contributing the quota that you are expected to contribute. All those form part of the psychological contract, and those things cannot be ignored. I always say, when in doubt, ask a question. What is your expectation of me? I know this was on my JD, but what do you expect me to do? How do you expect me to do it? How can I help you function better? And when you come to an organization, that's what you want to do because you're part of a team. How can you help them function better? Yes, if you have any questions, send an email to amazingameze@naviwork.live. Psychological contracts are real. We can't take them for granted. Have an amazing week.